Aloha, everyone! How is everyone doing today? Is everyone wearing their ugly sweaters and you got your backgrounds, your Zoom backgrounds with the Christmas theme? Yay! Welcome and aloha, families, to Family Programs Hawaii's Holiday Jingle, Cook, and Mingle. My name is Crystal Wong with Family Programs Hawaii. I am the program coordinator for the Ohana Navigator program. And to my right here, we have this wonderful chef, Chef Craig. Would you like to go ahead and introduce yourself, Chef Craig?
Aloha, I'm Captain Craig. I'm here to help you put together that lovely box that somebody dropped off at your house, hopefully in the last couple days. I'm going to get the same box and see what we can do with it and have some fun.
Woo-hoo! By the way, we have a bunch of activities for you today. So we're going to be jingling, cooking, and mingling. We also have some giveaways, which is an air fryer. Who wants an air fryer? Me. So you gotta stay tuned so you can win the grand prize of an air fryer, awesome air fryer. All right, so let's get cooking. What do we have today?
All right, so let's get the box in first and see what you all got in your box. Hopefully you opened it up by now and you know there's something in there. So I think Miss Ria's coming in. Look at this. Here it goes. Oh, thanks, Ria. Appreciate it. Hopefully it's the same thing you guys got. It's not something bigger or smaller. Let's see what we got here. Pineapples. That's a can. Isn't this the pineapple?
Oh.
All right, so which one did you guys get? This or this? All right, well, we'll work with this. That's fine. We can deal with that. We got some rice. Yeah, that's good. That's a staple here. No problem. It looks like some spices. That looks like brown sugar and, I wonder what this is. Do you have any idea?
Oregano?
Ah, Italian spices.
Oh,
I know what they're
okay.
doing. Got it.
What is it?
Must be zucchini pizzas. Sounds like a plan.
Have you ever heard of zucchini pizzas?
All
Wow.
right. Alex, our sous chef here back here, he's going to help us out doing this today as well. And he's with Life 360, a great bunch, guys, here and girls that work all over Honolulu. He's here to help us out with it in the kitchen today, so give him a hand at the end of this is all done. He's done a lot of work behind the scenes. So we're going to start with a cucumber, or excuse me, a zucchini that looks like it. So what I think we'll do is we'll make pizzas out of them. So we have a little it looks like an Italian seasoning in here. So if you grab that packet out of your thing, and I think you should have one of these as well. Spaghetti or an Italian pizza sauce. So most pizza sauces out of the can are pretty boring. We can fix this up real quick, and I think we'll do it with this. And it's surprising what's inside this will make it a little bit fun to eat. So we have that, and I think cheese. Do you want to see if we have some cheese there? Do you guys? Hopefully you got a little mozzarella cheese with it as well. So let's start with this lovely zucchini. We're going to cut the tips off, the two ends. I don't know if you can see that right. And then we're going to slice it down the middle. Once we slice it down the middle, you're going to have two halves. All right, simple, right? Take one of these, and hopefully everybody can see this. Take your knife, hopefully it's a small knife, but a sharp knife, and you're going to score down the middle. We're going to squirt to make all these lines. Make sure your hands are nice and away from the knife, obviously, and use the board or whatever you're cutting on to actually to stabilize it. Once it's done that way, then we're going to take it and we're going to cut it like this to make little tiny cubes. So we got all these little cubes here.
All right. So we got our tomato sauce, our Italian seasoning, and now we're cutting the zucchini for the zucchini pizza bowls.
Get this other one done here. Alright, so the premise of this, we want to make a boat out of it, but the insides of the zucchini are actually kind of meaty, so we're going to actually put that into our sauce. So grab a spoon. If anybody's got a spoon, we have, there is another. You can grab a pan and then scoop out.
So again, again, if you have any questions about the ingredients or what Chef Craig here is doing, please put your questions in the chat, and Sam is managing the chats, okay? And then we'll answer your questions along as we go through the show.
Okay.
Thumbs up?
So there's your boat. There's your first boat. So hopefully that was pretty easy to do, right? I'll do one more here. It's kind of like cleaning the inside of a cucumber or anything else. Just get all that out. And there's your second boat.
Wow. I've never cut a zucchini like this. So awesome.
So now we have this meat of the zucchini in here. We're going to add a little bit of this lovely Italian seasoning. And hopefully you all have at home too some salt. We got some great Hawaiian salt. We're going to add a little pepper. And I'm going to add just a touch of olive oil. Do you have olive oil or any kind of oil at home? Just a touch of it in there. And then we're going to put it onto the stove. And we're going to saute it up a little.
Any questions?
Can you repeat the steps again?
Pardon?
Can you repeat the steps again?
Yes, I can repeat the steps again. So, after we make our boat, we cut our boat out, we put it all into the back, or into the pot. We add in some of the Italian, a pinch of it, to your tasting, that's what we're going to use. A pinch of the Hawaiian, or that's how I use Hawaiian salt, but regular salt, and a pinch of pepper. And then add a little olive oil, like a tablespoon of olive oil. And then we're going to bring it over here to the stove.
Wow, that sounds good. That looks really good too.
Oh, someone's a little lost.
Oh, okay. What step or what?
Where are we at? What we
where
can
we at?
fix?
Oh, it's going a little fast. So if we could just slow it down a little bit.
Certainly.
Yeah.
Well, at this time we're going to have to slow down because we're going to have to do something with this can. So grab your can openers and let's get it, and we're going to open up the can, okay? So the can of tomatoes got to be open. I'm going to have Alex do that for us.
Okay. So we got your can of tomatoes. Grab your can openers. Everybody's got their can openers. Opening the can.
Okay, I'm maybe you guys for now. So the kids want to cook too, but it's just a little fast.
Okay.
So yeah, they're gonna need to
Slow down.
slow it. Yeah.
Slow. Yeah, that's fine. You grab me a
Okay.
cup.
You guys are gonna get unmuted.
So I'll repeat this.
Yeah.
Good?
Yeah. So
Okay, so far we have our zucchini that Captain Chef Craig cut. So, and then we also have our can of tomato. We have our
spices,
Italian seasoning,
our salt, and our pepper.
salt and pepper. Okay, so for the zucchinis, Chef, you want to take it away?
Yes, so as we gutted them out, like I made a little boat out of them, our little canoes, or what are they called here in Hawaii? What are those boats?
Canoe?
Was it a canoe? What is there a certain name of the boats?
oh, outrigger.
Kayak.
The outrigger. Think of the outrigger like in Moana, right? That's the outrigger, the Moana outrigger. So there we go. We have two of those. Sous Chef Alex is back here sauteing up the stuff that I pulled out of there, which you could do at the same time. It's going to take us about 30 seconds to maybe a minute. Just slightly sear it up in your pan. We wanted a deeper pan, so hopefully that's what you got.
Any questions? Are we
You want to
good?
come back, Rhea, with yours? Why don't I get a shot of what's going on in the pan back here? How's that sound?
Oh wait, hold on. Let me find Rhea.
So everybody can see it's sauteing, all the juices are coming out of it, really nice and slow.
So what we have in the pot is the inside of the zucchini.
Oh wait, they can't see. Sorry.
What's that?
They're looking at it.
All right, so that's that part. So we sauteed it up a little bit. Now hopefully you opened up your can of red sauce, of your spaghetti sauce, of your This is traditional spaghetti sauce or pizza sauce. Okay, normally this is what this is. It's just a bunch of freshly made. What goes in here originally is just fresh tomatoes. They flash freeze them, and it's really, really fresh actually what's in here. And then they put a little bit of Italian spices in it, but it's kind of bland and a little too so much sodium for me. So I like to kind of tone it down, and that's what the heart of this boat that you're going to do is that. So we're going to put this right in.
We're putting the tomato sauce in the sauteed zucchinis that we cut out of here. And that's sauteing on the stove. What do we have next here?
Okay.
Wow.
So here's a couple I already did right before we left, right before the show started. I had some made up, so they're already done. I took a little bit of our seasoning again, of our Italian seasoning, and just kind of layer it in the middle of the boat. So each one of them has a little bit of that nice oregano, basil. You smell it. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. Well, it's kind of hard. See, as a chef, that's one of the reasons why I don't have the mask on, and everybody else does, is so I can actually smell what I'm doing. So, but you can smell the aroma in the whole room. It smells like oregano. It's just amazing smell. So, what's really unique about this is this dish is so vegetarian, but when you're done with it, it's going to feel like you're actually eating a regular pizza. It's got that kind of flavor to it. So.
Wow.
All right, so how's everybody hopefully doing with their saute? So you'll see that it kind of chunked it up a little bit, made it a little bit more of a chunky sauce instead of that thin sauce we had. You don't have to cook it very long. It's just enough to basically meld it all together, okay?
Can everyone see this? Can you see?
So it's made it a little bit chunkier than normal spaghetti, okay? And then what we want to do with that is take your spoon, find a spoon, hopefully you got one there close. And here comes the fun part, we got to start building this.
Woo-hoo!
So just take little spoonfuls and layer it right in the bottom of each one of your boats. Kind of like you'd be making them on a pizza.
This looks so awesome. Is everybody on this step right now? Okay.
Good?
No? We still have some people. What step are we on right now? Where is everybody at? Are we still cutting the zucchini? Are we still opening the tomato sauce?
Let us know so we can fix.
You can put it in the chat and then Sam will let us know.
Some people are still in the sauce phase.
The sauce base? Perfect.
Sauce.
We have plenty of time. So I'm going to keep on going with this while you guys are still making your sauce.
Wow, this looks really good. You know, my sister is a vegetarian, a vegan actually, and she would love this. This looks really healthy and really yummy.
All right. So hopefully everybody has got this coming up shortly.
All right.
I'm going to pull some cheese together while we're all doing this.
Guys, this is what it's going to look like. The zucchini bolts. Okay, so we have this. We cut the zucchini out, sauteed it with tomato sauce, and the insides of the zucchinis with salt, pepper, and Italian spices. Okay, so this is what we have so far.
How are we doing? I found cheese. Hopefully you found some cheese in your packet as well. You're not going to need that much, but as much as you want. And we're just going to layer it like you would on your pizza.
This looks so yummy. Does everybody have cheese? Okay, so right now we're layering the zucchini bolts with cheese, and I believe this is mozzarella cheese.
Mozzarella, yes.
Okay.
But if you don't like mozzarella, you like some other cheese, you can use whatever you would like.
Awesome.
you're calling that cheese, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. If you
I
say
know it's
so.
not real cheese.
So this is going to be our end product, or not end product, but our product before we put it into the oven. And hopefully yours is starting to look like this.
Does everyone's zucchini boats look like this so far? You can put it in the chat. Let us know.
We can help out if you want to. I mean, hopefully nobody cut themselves when they were cutting the zucchinis, or the sauce didn't burn too much on the oven. We didn't want that to happen. That would be no fun, right? But your house should be smelling pretty good if that sauce is on the oven.
Yes, this smells great. Awesome.
All right, so I'm gonna, while you guys are finishing off your side, I'm gonna hand this off to sous chef Alex. He's gonna throw it into your oven, and your oven could be at 350 degrees, and it's gonna take you about 10 minutes. That's all it's gonna take. Just long enough for the zucchini to soften a little bit, and the mozzarella cheese to basically melt.
So someone had asked if they need to preheat their oven first.
If your oven, you can preheat it if you want, but most ovens today, if it's an older oven, it'll get hot real quick. But yes, just throw it at 375. Then if it's a cold oven, 375 will be perfect.
Oh, look, we have, he's covering the zucchini bolts with foil before putting it in the oven. Okay, so again, you can set your oven to
350, 375.
350, 375. In a pan, a baking pan, foil over it, cover it with foil, and then put it in the oven.
And that is our first dish.
Woo-hoo!
We've got time, plenty of time here, so now that you've got that first dish started, midway or finished, let's see how it goes. But we also got some good music coming up here. That gives us the opportunity to introduce Mr. Harold, Uncle Harold, that you saw when he first opened up the act when you guys just got onto your Zoom meeting. He's an amazing ukulele player from Maui. He loves to play for everybody, so I'm going to let you hear him for a little bit more, and we're going to get things ready for our next dish, and a couple other things are going to be coming up shortly. So here's Uncle Harold and a little Christmas cheer.
Christmas bells ring. Let the Christmas bells ring. Sweet baby Jesus, child of God, King of Kings.
Yeah, let them know. Let them know that the recording will be uploaded. And then
How's your zucchini bolts looking?
Hopefully they're in the oven.
Are they in the oven? Okay, so I just want to make a quick announcement. I know we're not giving that much time, so we will be recording this segment of the cooking show and emailing it to all the families along with the ingredients and instructions for the meal that Chef Craig is cooking today, okay? And we're also going to do some Q&As. So if you have any questions right now, shoot away. Chef
Let's
is
see
here
what
to
you got
answer.
on there so we can actually answer some of them. What do we have there so far?
Okay, someone asked, just what are the steps with the food that's in the pot?
Oh, so the food that we put into the saucepan?
Yes.
So to start off with, you put your salt, your pepper, and your Italian seasonings with the inside of your zucchini, the little squares you made. You're going to saute that up a little just to get it a little soft, and then you're going to add your red sauce to it. And then warm it up, get it to a nice temperature, not 2 minutes, that's it. And then you're going to take that and put it right on into your zucchini bowl.
And then they asked if we put cheese after.
Cheese afterwards, just like you would on a cheese pizza. You want to load it up with as much cheese as you want on the top of it. And if there's any other things you have at home that you really like on your pizza that's vegetarian, it could be a mushroom, it could be olives, it doesn't have to be vegetarian. If you happen to have pepperoni at home,
Oh my
by all
gosh.
means, throw it onto the zucchini pizza. This is just getting the carbs out of you with all the bread. It's just got good old zucchini in it. Hopefully that answered your question.
And then just how long should they keep it in the oven and what could it possibly look like?
So ours is in the oven right now. Same thing. It takes about 15 minutes for it to cook in the oven. So keep it for 15, maybe 20 minutes max, because we don't want to burn it. But you just like when you make a pizza at home, you watch the cheese. You want that cheese to be melted on top. So as soon as that cheese is melted on top, it'll be done.
What if they don't preheat their oven?
If you don't preheat the oven, then give it a little bit, like 5 more minutes, because the oven usually takes about 5 minutes to preheat to 350.
I think that's good.
Okay?
Cool.
All right. Any other questions you have with that step of it? Because we're going to be moving on to the chicken side, which is a little bit more complicated.
All right, chicken. So does everybody have their chicken ready?
We made this somewhat simple for your chickens because what I'm going to do is a little bit different than what you're going to do. I'm going to do it because we have a timeline. Your chicken's going to take about 1.5 hours to 2 hours to cook in your oven. So we don't have that much time on the air, so I've kind of done some trickery
Yay, magic!
and made some magic out of it. So, yes?
So one quick question. Someone asked if they have to put oil in the pan that the zucchinis are in.
No, actually you can cook it dry. It doesn't matter. Because where you're not really cooking it, there's the moisture that's not going to happen. It's actually better for it not, because what happens if you put oil, it'll make the bottom of your boat soggy. So if you keep it dry, that way it's going to be a nice firm piece of pizza.
Yes, that's a good point. We don't want soggy zucchini.
No. So, like I said, with a little bit with the chicken, we're going to do what we call it spatchcocking in the business, which is a really long word, and all that means is we cut the chicken in half. It becomes a fillet or exactly chicken. So instead of having that long word that we use in the business, we're going to use it as we're just going to take the backbone out of the chicken. So, and then what happens when you do that, it takes less time to cook the chicken, which is really good. So instead of having all that cavity and all that stuff in the chicken that we have to worry about, now it's all flattened and we can cook it. A lot of people do take bricks and they'll actually put bricks on top of the chicken and they call it brick chicken. And what it does is it actually smashes the chicken down a little bit. And by doing that, it cooks faster. So.
Could you also use like a meat grinder,
Or a mallet to pound it?
Mallet?
What that actually does for it, it actually tenderizes it.
Oh, okay.
But the chickens that were sent to you have been marinated for about a week.
A week?
Yeah, so they've got all the spices that have already been infused with them, and they've been sitting for a week. So these were perfectly made for rotisserie, but they're going to be really good spatchcocked. So we're going to make a bit of a mess. So I'm going to give you, I'd say 5 minutes. Let's give you 5 minutes to come back. And when you come back, I would like you to make sure you have a cutting board, your knife, and your chicken. And maybe some kind of schmuck or something to potpourri because it's going to get messy.
Yay! Did you hear that? We're going to get messy. It's chicken time. So we're going to need, for the chicken part, a cutting board, a knife, and ready to get messy.
And if you have, instead of a wood cutting board, I'm not going to use wood. If you have more of the plastic cutting board, I prefer the plastic one. It's a little easier to clean and it's much more sanitized than having the wood, okay? So, plastic cutting board if you have it. Give it back in 5 minutes, all right?
So you're gonna cut the chicken here or there?
I think.
Does everybody have their virtual backgrounds? Christmas backgrounds?
People are not even on camera.
Oh.
We're not gonna see. depends on what it looks like.
You what? Sorry?
Hi. Are we good? Can everyone hear? All right. Welcome back to Family Programs Hawaii's Holiday Jingle Cook and Mingle 2020. I just want to make another reminder that we have some great prizes today. So please stick around to the end of the show because we have an air fryer to give away. Woohoo! But you have to stay to the end of the show, okay? You have to stay to the end of the show to win the air fryer. That's the grand prize. All right. I'll give it over to...
So we're back. Welcome back.
Chef.
Air fryer. One of my favorites. You can do so much with an air fryer. They're amazing. The best... I mean, the best salmon you've ever had in your life is done in an air fryer. And it's so healthy for you. Come on. You're using actually not even a teaspoon of oil in an air fryer. It's unbelievable. And it just...
Did you hear that?
Love it. Yep, and it's good for, the only thing that's funny that the air fryer I have at home, which we all like fries. Everybody loves French fries, right? I think that's the best thing in the world, right? The French fries never turn out the best though. There's something about a real French fry. So, anything else is great in an air fryer, just not the French fries. Anyway, so I'm looking forward. Somebody's gonna have a really, really awesome thing to cook at home. So we pulled our zucchini out. They're ready to go. This is what they turned out as. So you can see the cheese melted on it. Again, if you don't have zucchini, you can use anything, a vegetable that you love to cook with. It doesn't really matter. You can make if you like eggplant. You can do eggplant medallions, which are really, really good like that as well. If you need bread, you want bread, you can still do a bread pizza at home. Homemade pizzas are really good to have.
Yummy.
So I'm doing a little different on mine because cilantro is one of my favorite things. So I just grabbed a little cilantro and I'm gonna cut a little bit at the end.
You know, I just had a thought. We could do potatoes. Can we do potatoes?
Yeah, potatoes are great.
Like potato skins?
But then you just take a bunch of your fresh herbs, whatever herbs you love the best, right? And meat or mushrooms are one of my favorite things all the time. And you cut that up and then you just, come on, have fun with it, guys. You love it, right? Put it all over your pizza.
That looks so delicious.
And that's it. All right, the whole part of this, cooking at home, the whole part of it is that you can eat healthy, you can make healthy food from scratch. You don't need to go out and spend an amazing amount of money. And most of the stuff in most of the restaurants and stuff like that are so salt light. And this way you're not having that much salt. Do we have a question?
Oh no, just this camera.
Oh, just that camera. Oh, she's just telling me it's that camera. So we have a lot of cameras going on, trying to give you guys the best angles possible. Being it's a Zoom meeting, it's probably a little different than a normal TV show. But we still have 3 cameras running, so we're having fun. And then we have Uncle Harold out there by this amazing Christmas tree at this amazing church we're at right now.
Awesome.
They were so nice to give us their kitchen. We are having such a good time today. Keep the questions coming though. We love the questions because I can't really do anything without questions, right? So chicken's coming up next.
Right.
As I warned you, it's getting a little messy. So we need to come up with some things. I think we said we needed to make sure we have a cutting board, a really nice sharp knife. For pans, what we're going to use, I'm going to use this saute pan. Okay, simple saute pan.
Everybody got that?
And I know everybody's stove is different. So we happen to have gas stove here. Electric stoves don't get hot like a gas stove does, so it takes a little bit longer. So don't expect to be able to throw your chicken into a hot pan if it's an electric stove really quickly. Let it get hot. And what we use for our oils is just good old-fashioned olive oil.
Okay.
We're having a little issue with the cameras.
Uh-oh.
That's annoying. Sorry folks, what camera can you guys see now? Or is it just black? Oh, it's on mine. What about now? What can you folks see? Okay. Is it the side camera again? Okay, it's the side camera.
It's this one here. All right.
So could you go over again what
I'm
what
going to
kind
move you a
of
little.
could you go over what kind of wait, no, Is it, are you, what, sorry, we're just checking out the cameras. Is it still the side camera or can you see from the front? Okay, so it's the one in the front. Okay, so Captain Craig, could you go over again the, what kitchen utensils they're gonna need for the chicken?
For the chicken. All right, so we'll get your best cutting board you have, your sharpest knife you have. Make sure it's sharp, but not a dull knife actually will cut you. A sharp knife will cut. So most people get cut on a really dull knife. That's what happens. So they have to press so hard, and they slip, and that's what happens. You cut yourself.
That makes sense.
So always work with a sharp knife, and that'll do exactly what you want it to do, right? And then we need a saute pan. And as I was saying, the saute pans, we're fortunate enough, we have a big, huge commercial gas stove that gets hot, so we can sear. You're at home, you're probably going to be using not a gas stove, or you're using an electric stove or one of those glass tops. I think a lot of people have the glass tops here as well. So,
Captain Craig, you brought up a really good point earlier. You said you don't want to burn your chicken, so you might want to start with medium heat first, and then like gradually
Yep.
turn it up.
Turn it up. Yep.
Awesome. Did everyone get that?
and we're going to use olive oil or any kind of oil that you guys have at home. Just a little, like a teaspoon of it's going to go in the bottom of the pan, okay? So let your pan get hot first though, and then add your oil to it. But we first have to do something with that. And that's the messy part. So, some people like to use gloves. Some people like to wash their chickens first. Some people like to, there's many things you can do. So the fact of the matter is, if you do this on a nice, clean, big surface, it's pretty quick. You don't have to wash the bird because the bird has also been marinated. This bird has. So you're going to start with grabbing your bird, and you're going to see that there is
Okay, does everyone have
this.
their chickens?
Okay, so before we start doing all the cutting of all this, let's make sure you get your bird ready, and you take off that piece of twine that was on there, and you're going to lay it like this. Let's get everybody caught up to this, okay?
So we got the chicken out on the cutting board. We removed the string from the chicken.
And then
Usually
we're going
at the bottom of the legs.
you're going to see that there's two parts of it. This is the neck, the backbone of the chicken, okay? So with the backbone of the chicken, that's the part that we're actually going to try to get rid of. It's called deboning the chicken. So we're going to keep everything else, but we want to get rid of that backbone, okay? So you're going to take your knife, make sure your fingers are so far away from the blade, and then slightly start cutting down the side. You see the side of the backbone there, and just keep cutting.
Oh wow.
And you'll see, there you go, cut all the way through. That's one side of the backbone. And we're going to clean out all this extra stuff in here. No need to have that there. Okay, that's all extra fat that we don't need. We want to keep it healthier, right? And then we're going to take this part, that's the other part of the backbone. Grab your hand there and just cut. And there you go. You've
And that's
just
it?
deboned a chicken.
Nice. Look at that.
And that's as flat as we want it. So that's why it's going to cook a lot faster by doing it this way. So everybody got that? And this is what we normally do with this stuff right here, the backbone. If you're at home and you have extra stuff such as celery or carrots and stuff like that, throw it into a pot and make chicken soup. This is great chicken stock right here. So throw it all into a pot at home and make an amazing chicken soup. So now that you've got this on your cutting board and this mess that you've made, which one are you on?
So, does everybody understand? The chicken, we just cut out the back of the chicken bone to kind of like fillet the chicken so that it's faster, it cooks faster, okay?
So now that we've done that, though, the first thing you do after you cut all that stuff up and you're sitting on the board is wash your hands. And we all know how to wash our hands really well these days,
That's
right?
important, yes.
So it's pretty amazing, you know, a year ago, I don't think people even Nobody washed their hands as much as we do. It's like, wow, really? And I always used to wonder, me going, really? You wouldn't just left the bathroom. You did wash your hands, right? You should have washed your hands. But nowadays, everybody knows how to wash hands for at least 30 seconds or more. Or 20 seconds, is that what it is? I think it's 20 seconds. So wash your hands after you do the bird here. I'll let you guys get this part done because it's going to take you a few minutes. I do not want you to rush this part of it. Take your time, relax, cut slowly, make sure your fingers are not there, and go at it, all right? And we'll see you back here in another 3 to 5 minutes. I'll come back and we'll go to the next stage, okay?
I played my best for him. Pa-ra-pa-pa-pum, pa-pa-pa-pum, pa-pa-pa-pum. Then he smiled at me. Pa-ra-pa-pa-pum, me and my drum. I played my drum for him. I played my best for him. Then he smiled at me. Me and my drum. Me and my drum.
And I hold, by using my knife, I just cut off, so we got this side here. The neck itself was on one side, and I just cut the last part of the neck on the other side of the bone. So when you, thank you, Alex, when you see the neck part of the chicken, just feel the one side of it, and you'll feel the rib cage, and you can cut right along that rib cage, and all the little bones there, you can cut right alongside that. And that'll take out the backbone and the neck. Okay? Does that answer the question?
Yes. We had a family say that they messed up the chicken.
Oh, yeah, how can you mess up a chicken? You can't mess it up. There's no such thing as messing up in cooking. It's just a different way of doing it. That's all. So don't think you messed it up. Where are you at with it? What's the question though? What do you feel like you messed up?
Is it okay? They just need to remove the bone, correct?
Correct.
If as long as the chicken is flat.
Yep.
So as long as the chicken is flat, I don't think you can mess up the chicken. We just want to make sure the chicken looks like how Captain Craig has done it, where it kind of lays out flat, so that it cooks evenly. So even if the chicken is in pieces,
it makes it easier
that
for
makes
you.
it even easier because the chicken will still cook evenly as long as you are able to remove the bone, just so that you don't accidentally chomp on it after you're done cooking it. And if it's easier for you, what other options do they have, Captain Craig?
If it does come to the point where you feel like you've cut up the chicken, I can do it to this one just as easy. I can show you what would happen. So we could actually just cut off. This is called the thigh meat, and that's what you would normally eat. So you can cut it into pieces if you like. And this is the breast, and this is the leg, or the wing. And you can do that and have just pieces if you want. It's not the end of the world. We can cook this just like that. The whole premise is having a whole chicken is actually a cheaper version for you at the store. So it'll be cheaper for you to buy a chicken like that is whole than it's cut up, because the butchering process at the store, they charge you for that. So this way you can butcher your own chicken at home, and it's fun. It's actually a really good way to get to know your food too. So if you can learn to butcher your own food, it's pretty cool. Yeah, but so don't worry about it. If you cut up all this chicken, put it into pieces, and we'll just put it in the oven, or we'll saute it off and finish it off in the oven. Okay. So on that note, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to my hot pan that's over here. And you know why it's hot? Because I can't put my hand there. Well, I'm gonna wash my hands first.
Okay, wash your hands.
So,
Cutting our chicken.
even though I just touched them, that chicken, I have to get my pan hot. I'm gonna add a teaspoon of olive oil, or regular oil, canola oil, corn oil, whatever oil you have. You just need the smoke that's coming off of there. We know it's ready to go. Okay? So we gotta get this in there quick. And there we go. And we're going to let that cook for about, I'd say, 5 to 10 minutes. Let's see how it depends upon your stove, obviously, how much heat you have. We're only going to put it on the skin side down. So skin side down is what we want here. That's what we're going to saute. You can hear it popping there. So I'm going to wash my hands again here one moment. Now that we're done touching the chicken with our hands, we can wash them, and we'll let this cook, and we can clean up our little mess that we made. So that's the first thing we want to do, is clean up all that lovely chicken mess that we made as that's cooking up. It's one of those things you can just set it and don't worry about it, okay? We'll cook up, clean up our chicken. Make sure that you use some kind of sanitizer on whatever you use, and just lots of soap and water on your kitchen sink or on your kitchen counter. Your mother or father. I won't tell you where that went wrong. When I was a little kid, what happened. So make sure you clean it good, all right? Okay. I'm using a big roasting. This is a commercial roasting pan. Which one are we on? This one? Oh, no, all right. So I'm using a big commercial roasting pan. You at home most likely doesn't have this. And if you do, I want to come over to your house to see how to cook. So some kind of pan that you can put in the oven. So I know right now this time of year, everybody's bought and purchased a lot of those tin foil pans because of Thanksgiving. So hopefully you have one of those left over. But basically it's just a pan that you can put into the oven. If you do not have a side wall pan like this, a cookie sheet works real well. If you have tin foil, layer the cookie sheet with the tin foil so it's a little less cleanup, all the oils and grease and fat. And get ready for the next part of your face. Make sure you got a pair of tongs or whatever you're using to take the chicken out.
Alright. How you doing, everyone?
See, it's starting to look, got that brown. That's what we're looking for. That nice skin brown. All right, we're going to give that about a minute more, and then we're going to put it into our roasting pan. Our oven is on 350 still, because we just did our zucchini, right?
Yes.
So our ovens are preheated to 350. It's a great place to cook at, so I don't have to bring it up to 375. We'll keep it at 350. Our chicken's going to cook for about an hour, hour and a half. Right around there, maybe an hour and 20 minutes. The best way to do it if you don't have one of these at home is 170 degrees is what we have to get it to, okay? That's where our poultry's got to be cooked at. So if you have one of these at home, awesome. But if not, a good hour and a half should get you to 170 degrees. A great way also to know if your chicken's done is when you pull it out and all the juices run clear, it's done. You don't have to worry about anything, okay? So that's the biggest thing when it comes to cooking any kind of poultry.
Nice.
All right, so I think we're about done
Oh,
here.
we have a question.
What's that?
We have a question. What's the question?
Oh, how the chicken did? All right, so if you do not have a meat thermometer like this that reads 170 degrees for your chicken or your poultry, then you can, when you go to press on it, when you go to take it out, you can press on it with anything, and the juices will run clear. If the juices are run clear, the chicken is cooked, okay? But that, again, we're being pretty safe here. An hour and a half, we should be pretty good too. So you just sauteed all that great chicken in this, right? Don't waste it. Pour it right over the top of it.
Ooh.
Those are nice little chicken bits that are in there. Pour it right over the top. Skin is going to be out now at this point because we do not want our skin to go flabby. The whole premise of why we sauteed it like this is because we wanted to get that skin nice and crunchy right off the bat. So what is happening when we sear it, that is keeping all the juices in that chicken and making it really, really, really moist. So that's why we sear things. Just like on a steak, we'll sear it quickly. It'll keep all the good juices stuck inside. So at this time, even when you're at home, if you have something else that you want to put in here, other, spices that you might like. I mean, it could be, it's all your family traditions, right? So this is just a way of cooking chicken. Your family has your own traditions that you've been brought up with your whole life. Use those traditions. Use those things you have out in your backyard. Maybe mom and dad's got a great, herb garden out there. I don't know. Maybe there's some great, like where I live, there's mint that grows everywhere. Mint is such a fun thing to do. Or cilantro, or chives, rosemary.
Thyme.
All those things that you feel like you want on your chicken, that's what you put in here. So this is not, it's a Hawaiian chicken, right? And it can't be Hawaiian chicken unless you use your Hawaiian trust to it, right? It's got to be what you guys want. So that's how we kind of go for about it. But that's spatchcocked chicken, sauteed, and ready for the oven. So it's going to go away. I'm going to send it in there right now, and we are going to work on the next components of this, which we have to make some rice, and we have to do some chopping up some pineapple, and I think we're little green onion or green peppers. We're going to do that. But let's get this in the oven now. So, any other questions where we're at? None? All right. Good luck. Let me get this done, and I'll be back in 5 minutes.
Is it possible to?
Can you see it though?
Yeah, I can just manually move it. I don't want to switch. That's why it's buggy, just in case. Yeah, just in case I can't switch it, I would rather not. I think you can see it fine from there. It looks pretty. So let me, can you unmute his phone?
So we're gonna do the welcome back, introduce the meal.
Hold on. Wait 1 second.
I like that rolling cart. That's your new jerry rig.
What you think?